What is up, guys? Randomonium here with another random normal game. This is a series where I will fill whatever role my team needs me to play. I'll play a different champion each and every game. So for this game, support was the only role that was not called, so I'll be playing Kennen Support. And you guys probably can notice that this is not being cast live. This is a replay of a game that I played. I'm still have a torn abdominal muscle, still hurting pretty badly from that. So I decided just to, not cast games live because it's kind of difficult to talk for 30 or 40 minutes straight. So the program that I'm using to cast this game to the replay is Skin Spotlight's Replay. It's a really fantastic program, uh, very stable. It has a couple issues whenever like a new patch comes out, but it's probably the most stable replay program I've found for League of Legends. So I definitely recommend you guys check it out if you want to review your replays and see what you're doing wrong in the game. But for our team comp, we've got a Rengar in top lane, Kha'Zix in the jungle, Echo mid lane, Ezreal AD carry, and I'll be the Kennen support. And we're going up against a Malphite in top lane, a Lee Sin in the jungle, a Lux mid lane, a Varus AD carry, and a Thresh support. So I kind of really want to quickly go over team comps and champion select because I actually played a really important role in this game. So for how the champion select went was Lux was the first pick for the opposing team. And our team in response picked up Rengar and Kha'Zix as our first two picks. So I already knew I was going to play support, so I kind of looked at the Rengar and Kha'Zix and I said, alright, what's going to go well with a Rengar and a Kha'Zix for a support? And the answer was CC. I needed a support that had CC. And really my options were either to go like a tanky support with CC, like a Leona or a Nautilus or a Braum, or to go kind of more of like an AP damage support with CC because the Kha'Zix and the Rengar obviously both are AD, so we're kind of AP light. So I decided to go with an AP support that had a lot of CC, and Kennen seemed like a very good choice because he's got a lot of mobility, which goes well with the Rengar jumping in, the Kha'Zix jumping in, and then he's got that AoE stun that he can pull off that would really allow assassins to get a lot of damage done. So that was kind of my mentality for picking up the Kennen. The other two picks on our team were the Echo and the Ezreal. So if you're looking at this team comp, it looks pretty good on paper. I mean, it looks like we've got pretty much three assassins, the Kha'Zix, the Rengar, and the Echo. Then we've got a lot of CC with the Kennen support, and then we've got, kind of some poking, bursty damage with the Ezreal. So, I mean, it works. But this team comp has a lot of holes in it. It has very strong strengths, but it also has very pronounced weaknesses. And really the weaknesses of this team comp is wave clear and sieging potential. If you look at our team comp, we have very poor ability to clear waves and siege towers. So what does that mean? That means, first of all, that if we fall behind in this game, we're pretty much just dead. They can just siege us, get a huge gold lead off of towers, and there's not much we can do to stop that. On top of that, if we get ahead in the game, it's going to make closing out the game more difficult because we won't be able to siege towers, we won't be able to take objectives as easily. So you're going to see that in this game, that we're going to have great pick potential, great objective control around Dragon and Baron, but when it comes to taking towers and being able to, push down towards the enemy's base, we're going to struggle immensely over and over again. And this kind of just shows you kind of like the importance of champion select and the importance of understanding what your team comp needs. So, I mean, I don't want to ever force somebody into a champion that they don't feel good with. But I definitely think that the Echo and the Ezreal were probably not good choices for this team comp. We wound up winning anyway, but they definitely are not good choices for an assassin-based team comp. It would have been much better if we had gotten some wave clear and maybe kind of like a hyper carry, attack speed-based AD carry. But anyway, you'll see how this game turns out. It works out to we wind up winning anyway, but you'll see the importance of picking the right champion for the right team comp in this game. So far the game has been a little uneventful. Our Ezreal just died because he got Thresh landed a good hook, and there's a good follow-up from the Varus. There wasn't much that I can do. A lot of Kennen's power comes from his level 6. So now that I'm only level 4 right now, it kind of minimizes my ability to protect the AD carry if he gets caught in a Thresh hook. But this is one of those team comps where as long as we don't fall horribly behind before level 6, we should be able to snowball the game in the mid game. We have a really strong level 6 power spike, and then we have really strong neutral objective control. So as far as the lane match is concerned, since I haven't even talked about that yet, for the Malphite versus Rengar in top lane, that's going to be a horribly difficult matchup for the Rengar. Like, the Malphite should be able to completely destroy the Rengar. Here we got our Kha'Zix finally coming down. So you can see I come in here and I engage, get a little bit of damage down, end up flashing so I can land the stun on the Varus. That allows us to pick up that kill on the Varus. So, yeah, the big thing with Kennen is tracking how many stacks you have so you can land that stun. So yep, Lee Sin came in, was able to pick up a kill on Kha'Zix, but once I was able to land the stun on him, allowed Ezreal to clean up with the Lee Sin and also allowed to pick up the kill on the Thresh. I probably didn't need to take that kill. It probably would have been a lot better if I just backed off a little bit and let the Ezreal get the kill. But sometimes in the heat of the moment, it can be a little bit difficult to realize that your AD carry doesn't need your help to secure the kill. But anyway, continuing on with the lane matchups, as far as the Lux versus the Echo, that's really a skill-based matchup because Echo, obviously melee, assassin. Lux is more of a control mage, so it really is dependent upon whether the Echo can land his stun, land his skill shots, avoid the bindings from the Lux to determine whether or not he's going to win that matchup. Then if you're looking down here in the Ezreal Kennen bot lane versus Thresh and Varus, this is kind of a weird matchup. Like, Varus Thresh is kind of weird. Usually with like a Thresh you want kind of like a kill AD carry, and Varus is more poke based. You can see I come in again, I got my level 6, able to land my ult. Easy kill on the Thresh. And you can see the Kha'Zix, now that he's got the isolation bonus damage, he was able to chunk out the Varus pretty hard. And then Ezreal landed a max range Q, and then followed up with his ult to get a double kill. But yeah, so Thresh Varus, kind of weird. Just because, Varus is just really good at poke, and Thresh is more of like a kill support rather than like a poking support. And then for the Ezreal Kennen, our side, I feel like that works pretty well because if I can land my stun, then Ezreal can pretty much get free damage. He can just unload his entire combo on somebody and burst them out really easily. Yep, mistake by the Ezreal. Ends up costing him his heal. He's able to barely get away, but yep, that's why you never back right there, especially with the Thresh, because if they've got a ward there, they can spot you backing and punish you accordingly. Alright, so as far as the lanes are concerned, we've had a couple good ganks from Kazakhs, and that's allowed us to kind of already snowball bot lane a little bit. But our top lane is struggling pretty hard. So I get hit by the hook, but I'm able to land my stun on the Thresh, and then the Kha'Zix, who's already pretty well fed, is able to jump in and burst out the Varus really easily, and then pretty much pick up a double kill. So they pretty much wasted all of their CC on me, which was the goal. I wanted the Thresh to burn his hook and his flay on me. That way when the Kha'Zix jumped in, they had no way to disengage from him, and that allowed the Kha'Zix to pick up 2 easy kills. So you can see that the Ezreal, even though he's pretty far ahead, you know, he can't push down towers fast. This is going to be a continuous problem in this game, that we just do not have a lot of damage to poke down towers. However, one positive of this team comp is, yep, we have dragon control pretty much continuously. And if they try to jump in and stop us, we have very good pick potential. So as far as the enemy team comp, their whole win condition is winning the poke battle, right? You've got a Lux, you've got a Varus. You're looking to poke the enemy team, get them low, and then use your Malphite to force an engagement, or use the Thresh to force an engage once you have the advantage from poking the enemy team down. So that's really their team comp. Able to solo out the support there, 1v1 the support. Ezreal almost 1v1 the Varus, but decides to back off. That's probably a smart play by the Ezreal. No reason to risk dying for a kill. A lot of times you should only try and go all in for the kill if you have a guaranteed kill. But that's a good sign that I was able to solo out the Thresh right there. That shows that we have a pretty strong advantage in the bot lane right now. So as far as itemization goes for this game, I'm going to be going for Frost Queen's Claim, because it's just a very powerful item right now for pretty much any AP support. And obviously going to get a Sightstone for my team, and then I'm going to be going into things like Zhonya's Hourglass. Once I have a Zhonya's Hourglass, I'm not really looking to deal a lot of damage with Kennen. I mean, his real strength is going to be the CC that he provides. So I'm going to build tanky once I get that Zhonya's Hourglass. Because my whole goal is to just stay alive as long as possible and try and deal as much damage or not as much damage, try and do as much CC as I can for my team. Because my team already has plenty of damage. The Echo, we've got the Kha'Zix, we've got the Rengar. We don't need any more damage from me. We need CC more than anything. And that's important to understand what your role is on the team. If your team needs damage, build damage. If your team needs CC, or they need just tankiness, build tankiness. So you can see they set a nice little trap for us right there, but because I'm able to activate my ult and get a multi-person stun, the Ezreal is able to escape without dying, and we're actually able to get a kill on the Thresh. That's a great sign right there for our team, because it actually was a 2v3, and we wound up getting the kill. So that's the real power of Kennen Support, is he's got that huge AoE stun that can really turn team fights. So it looks like the Malphite is running away with the game. In top lane, you saw just a little bit ago, he got a double kill. He 1v2'd the Kha'Zix and the Rengar, which makes sense because they're both 80 champions and they're both pretty horrible against tanks. Assassins historically are just not very good against tanky champions. So that was a really good pick by the Malphite to kind of balance out their team. Yep, Malphite ends up getting another kill. And they're able to trade back the tower. So we were able to get bot tower, but they traded it for top tower. Yeah, you can just see how strong that Malphite is. It takes multiple people to take him down. He's just so far ahead. So that's going to be the real challenge in this game, is trying to deal with this ultra-fed Malphite. Because we really don't have a good team comp to deal with tanks. So Ezreal's got his Triforce now, so that's a pretty strong power spike. Great engage by the Echo. Able to land the stun. Then we're able to get the double kill. Great use of his ult to get back out again, and then I escape with just a couple health points. Force the Varus to blow his ult. And then Echo would have picked up another kill if it wasn't for Lee Sin using his ultimate. So both the Varus and Lee Sin used their ultimates and they didn't get anything for it. So great play by the Echo. He's doing a really good job. The Malphite ended up diving and killing the Kha'Zix, but he's going to wind up paying for it with his life. But you can see, like, we're slowly pulling further and further ahead, but it's not having as big of an impact as you would think, right? You would think that when you have over a 5,000 gold advantage at this point in the game, there would pretty much be a stomp at this point. But you can see that we're struggling to push out the waves. You know, we've got mid is pushing towards us, bot lane's pushing towards us. The only reason why top isn't pushing against us is the Rengar has been farming that wave for a while now. So you can see we're struggling with wave control. We just don't have any wave clear with this team. We're great at getting kills, we're great at getting dragons, but we don't have any wave clear, which means that we can't take advantage of that lead that we've got. So the Malphite comes in, able to get the kill on me, but he blows his flash, and he winds up dying. Great job by Echo, great use of his ult to avoid the Lux ult, and then he's able to land the stun and pick up the kill. So you can see that our team is just fantastic at picking up lots of picks, and the Echo's doing a really great job using his ultimates and using his stuns, but we can't translate that into objectives very well. You can see we got Rengar pushing top lane, we got Echo and Kha'Zix pushing mid. A little bit of an overextension by both of them, and they wind up getting killed. And then as soon as the Malphite shows up top lane, we can't really do anything to take that tower, and the Rengar is forced to back away. So, if you're in this type of situation, you want to look at the enemy team, and you want to look at um, who's the threat. Who's the threat on the team? And right now, the threat on the team is the Malphite, right? He's the only one on their team who's doing well. He's 8-4. He's the only person we really have to worry about on that team. Yeah, the Varus has got some decent farm, but it's really the Malphite. The Malphite is the person that we have to worry about on this team comp. And we're not really doing anything on our side to stop that, right? You would expect that you would need to get some armor penetration to deal with this Malphite. And you can see no one's building armor penetration, really. I kind of rush in there to kind of just bluff them. I definitely was not looking for an engage. It's kind of a good little bait by Rengar. You can just see just how tanky he is. Like, that's incredible that he was able to tank that much damage. 3 of us, and it still took us forever to kill him. So we really need some armor penetration to deal with the Malphite. And probably also a Void Staff for the Echo. That's a lot of damage from the Echo. It's a good job by him. Yet again, I'm able to survive with just a couple health points. Fortunately, we keep doing this tower dive over and over again, and you can see that it doesn't work, right? Don't have the wave clear, and we just stall out. We'll get a bunch of kills, but then as soon as we try and get a tower, one of these inner towers, we just can't really do anything. We just can't get any damage done. And if we try to dive them, they have enough CC and disengage to prevent us from killing them under tower. So Malphite's continuing to chase the Rengar. And the Rengar is getting smart and is actually starting to just bait the Malphite because he's identifying the play patterns that the Malphite has. The Malphite likes to chase, he likes to go for these kills. So he's just kind of baiting the Malphite to overextend, which is allowing us to get a lot of kills and take out their most important person. So finally we're able to pick up our first inner tower. You know, almost 25 minutes into the game, and we've got a huge gold advantage, and only now we're able to pick up an inner tower. You can see that because the Malphite went down, that allows Rengar to pick up another inner tower. Yeah, not sure what that was, but okay. It's a lot of damage from the Kazakhs. He's really fed. Not really sure what the Rengar is trying to do here. The Lux and the Varus showed. Once the Echo comes in, now we can start to deal a lot of damage. Able to land my ult. Good job. Good cleanup by both the Echo and the Rengar. So that wound up being a 3-for-1 fight that we had. But because we overextend, we wind up giving up any advantage we would have and not able to turn any of those kills into any type of turret pressure or objective control. Or even lane control. We've got top lane pushing against us, mid lane is pushing against us. Bot lane's about to be cleared out and it'll bounce back towards us. And the reason why bot lane was pushing was because the Ezreal was down here for like 3 minutes just pushing the wave. But all of that effort pushing that wave turns into 0 tower damage for the team. So you can see, still, our team has 7,000 gold lead, but the game is just kind of stalled. We really just can't do much, and that really is kind of a testament to our team comp, and kind of just try and show you guys that even if you have a gold advantage, that doesn't mean that you're guaranteed to win. Like, so many times I run into people who seem to think that just because they have a gold advantage that they should just win the game. And that's really not the case. If you look at like a lot of like high level play, LCS play, you can have a team that's down 5,000 gold, but if they play to their win conditions correctly, they can beat a team that has a huge gold advantage. And so yeah, if we play this poorly, this team can absolutely come back and beat us, even though we have a huge gold advantage. So they showed bot lane, they were pushing bot lane pretty hard. That pretty much means it was a free Baron for us. Anytime a team shows 2 or 3 people bot lane, and you're already, past the 25-minute mark, you're already like at least level 13 or so, you can pretty much go for Baron, and it's pretty much a guaranteed Baron. So that's a common mistake that you see people make, is that they won't have vision control of Baron Pit. They'll put 2 people in bot lane, especially people who don't have teleport, and then the opposing team can easily get a Baron out of it. So normally you would think, we've got 8,000 gold advantage, we've got Baron, this should be the game, right? There's no reason why most teams would not be able to close out this game off of a Baron buff and such a huge gold advantage. And even though we're able to get some kills, we really aren't able to get much. Able to punish that Malphite yet again. He overextended without support. As soon as Lux and Thresh showed mid lane to stop Ezreal, we knew we could take the Malphite. That's a really greedy play by the Echo, but he played that well. Able to pick up a double kill. That's impressive. But really, yeah, you got 2 kills, and you look pretty cool doing it. But this Echo really is who we need to take towers. If he's not there to throw out his parallel convergence, we have no way of getting them to back off these towers, which means that we have no way of taking the towers. If the Ezreal doesn't have very good wave clear, he doesn't do a lot of tower damage. We're definitely over chasing here. Yeah, no reason for us to chase that far. Yeah, we got a kill, but we gave up pressure. We probably could have gotten at least got some damage on the inhib, maybe not taken the inhib completely, but at least gotten some damage on the inhib if we hadn't chased that Lee Sin. So that was definitely a mistake. Never chase for kills. Objectives are much more important than kills. You can kill somebody, 50 times, but if you don't take towers, you're not going to win the game. So, Baron's expired now, and the net result of that Baron was 1 inhib turret and 1 inner turret. So we didn't even get an inhibitor off of it. Even though we have a humongous gold advantage, and even though we had Baron, not able to even get an inhibitor off of that because we don't have wave clear, we have horrible siege potential. And, anytime you dive, you're going to take a lot of damage. And that's what winds up happening is we dive, and we're able to get a tower and a kill, but it's not near enough. Rengar misses his bolo, but it doesn't really matter. Still able to pick up the kill. This is definitely an overchase from the Rengar. So I saw that the Echo wasn't really going towards a Void Staff. So I picked up an Abyssal Scepter to try and get a little bit more magic penetration, or at least reduce their magic resist with their enemy team. It also provides me with a lot of magic resist, and their team. The Malphite and the Lux are the 2 people who really are dealing the most damage, and they're both AP based. So I want to try and stack magic resist as much as possible. The next item I'm going to be going towards is going to be Locket, just so my team gets a little bit of magic resist, because it looks like a lot of people aren't, building magic resist, which is understandable because 3 of them are assassins and 1 of them is an AD carry. But the enemy team is doing a lot of magic damage. Yeah, definitely a misplay by us. I tried to rush in, try and save the Echo. Wind up paying with it with my life. So you can see now, like when we have a numbers disadvantage, it becomes very difficult for us to stop them from pushing. That's actually a mistake by the Varus. They could have easily gotten that inner turret if Varus hadn't backed out there. Also kind of really strange, Varus is running teleport in this game. Kind of odd for an AD carry to run teleport. At least he used it and picks up a kill. Yay for that. But it would have been smarter for the Varus to keep pushing. And the Lux, who is low health, she could have backed and helped the Lee Sin deal with the Kazakhs. And then Varus could have taken the tower pretty easily, and there wouldn't have been anything that we could have done to really stop them. Yeah, not a smart play by the Rengar to try and go in. This gives them a huge Baron priority. That ult is way too soon. You don't want to throw out that ult until Baron gets low. I kind of rush in expecting the Echo is going to follow in with us, but he doesn't. So I kind of got baited. I misunderstood what the Echo was saying. But at least gets us to push them off of Baron, because they're all really low health, so they can't continue the Baron. This is really risky by the Echo, trying to go in on a 1v4. But this is a pretty smart play by the Ezreal to try and push it mid. But you can see that, even though he's got a huge wave, he's not able to take the inhib. Most AD carries would have taken that inhib pretty quickly. So even though we make the right plays, we're not able to capitalize. We're not able to get towers off of it. Kind of rush up here to try and help the Rengar, but he's just so underfarmed at this point. Yeah, 5 and 12 makes it very difficult. So we start going for 5th Dragon. They can't stop us. They make their Varus actually makes a smart call, trying to go for Baron. Trade 5th Dragon for Baron. But it looks like a lot of his team is not coming to assist him. This is the correct call by the Varus. Like, that's exactly what you want to do. Yet again, another kind of useless Ezreal ultimate. Especially since we had a pretty good idea they were going for Baron there. He should have been firing that Ezreal ultimate towards Baron. Even if you are trying to do it blind, it's better than firing at mid lane and doing absolutely nothing with your ultimate. So we wind up trading 5th Dragon for Baron. Not the worst trade you can make, but you definitely never want to give up a Baron. Rengar's getting caught out again. This is a smart play by them to be pushing multiple objectives. Really, we should not be trying to go for bot tower. We should be going for this inhib like the Kazakhs doing. That's a smart play. Because we don't have the sieging potential to take down this inhib turret. But we do have the ability to take down the an open inhib. Good job by the Kazakhs. Able to pick up some kills. The Echo is doing his best to try and combat the Malphite and the Lee Sin top lane. He's able to kill off the Malphite. But we're not able to kill off the Lee Sin. The Lee Sin's pushing down our Nexus. So I decided to back because I can stall out the Lee Sin long enough for my team to possibly win us the game. So this is a smart play by the Rengar, stopping the back because the Lee Sin is the only one who's up for still another 13 seconds. So as long as he stops the back from the Lee Sin, that's going to be GG for us. So thankfully we were able to take that game. You can see how difficult it was for us to close that game out, even though we had, a ridiculous gold advantage for pretty much the entire game, because we lacked wave clear, because we lacked sieging potential. It made winning the game very, very hard. So that's something you guys can definitely think about when you're doing solo queue. That, yeah, it might be really cool to have three assassins on one team, but if you don't have wave clear, it's going to be very hard for your team to close out the game and win the game. Even if you have Baron, even if you have 5 dragons, it's still going to be difficult for you guys to close out the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like the content on the channel, please subscribe. And if there's anything you guys think I can do differently, or anything you'd like to see me do in the future, please let me know by leaving a comment, and I'll definitely respond back to you guys. But I hope you guys had a great holiday, and a Happy New Year, and this is Rainmonium signing off.